Do you have an Amazon Alexa enabled device? You can now listen to my podcast on that device. Just go to Alexa Skills, search for K-12 Education Untangled, click Enable to enable that skill, and voila! You're now able to listen to my podcast via your Alexa enabled device. Welcome to another episode of K-12 Education Untangled. My name is Dr. Kim Fields, former corporate manager turned educational researcher and advocate, and I'm the host of this podcast. I got into this space after dealing with some frustrating interactions with school educators and administrators, as well as experiencing the micro-discriminations that I faced as an African-American mom raising my two kids who were in the public school system. I really wanted to understand how teachers were trained and what the research provided about the challenges of the public education system. Once I gained the information and the insights that I needed, I was then equipped to be able to successfully support my children in their educational progress. If you're looking to find out more about current information and issues in education that could affect you or your children, then you're in the right place. Thanks for tuning in today. I know that staying informed about K-12 education trends and topics is important to you, so keep listening. On today's episode, I'll be sharing my thoughts about the difference between life situations and life problems. Life can change in an instant. Things happen. It's called living life. Situations happen to all of us, but some people turn situations into problems. There's a notable distinction between life situations and life problems, which I'll explain on this episode. Let's get started. So, what is a life situation? A life situation refers to a specific circumstance, event, or condition that a person experiences in their life. It can encompass a wide range of scenarios like personal, professional, social, or emotional aspects of your life. Life situations may involve challenges, opportunities, milestones, or routine events that people navigate as they go through their lives. Examples of life situations could include starting a new job, getting married, facing a health issue, pursuing education, or dealing with a significant change in your personal circumstances, such as loss of a job, divorce, loss of a loved one, etc. Problems, on the other hand, are specific difficulties or challenges that need to be addressed or solved. They often involve obstacles, conflicts, or issues that create a sense of concern or unease. Problems are typically situations that require a solution or resolution to achieve the desired outcome. Problems include things like conflict in relationships, financial difficulties, work-related challenges, or illness. These are similar to life situations. However, the difference is that life situations become problems when you put all of your energy, attention, and focus on that situation. While terms like life situation and problems can overlap, they have one distinct difference. Life situations are temporary or short-term, while problems may be those same situations, but because you constantly dwell on the situation, they transform from being life situations to life problems. A life situation tends to be broader and more encompassing of various events in your life, while a problem is a specific issue or challenge within that broad context that may require attention and resolution. Life situations can involve both positive and negative aspects, whereas problems are generally associated with challenges and difficulties. A life situation can turn into a life problem when certain challenges, difficulties, or negative aspects arise within that situation. Here are some ways that this transformation can occur. Unexpected obstacles. Unforeseen obstacles or challenges may emerge within a life situation, turning it into a problem. These obstacles could be financial difficulties, unexpected health issues, or interpersonal conflicts. Lack of resources. If there is a lack of resources such as time, money, or support in dealing with a particular life situation, it can escalate into a problem. Limited resources may hinder your ability to address and navigate the situation effectively. Stress and overwhelm. Excessive stress or feelings of overwhelm by the demands of life situation can turn it into a problem. When the pressure becomes too much to handle, some people may struggle to cope, leading to negative consequences. The stress and overwhelm typically occur because that person is constantly dwelling on the problem. Unresolved issues. Failure to address or resolve issues within a life situation can contribute to the transformation into a problem. Ignoring or avoiding problems may allow them to escalate and have a more significant impact over time. Impact on well-being. If a life situation begins to have a significant negative impact on your well-being, mental health, or overall quality of life, it may be considered a problem. This could include situations that contribute to anxiety, depression, or a decline in physical health. Long-term consequences. A life situation with long-term or persistent negative consequences may be viewed as a problem. This could involve situations that affect relationships, career prospects, or personal fulfillment in the long run. It is important to note that not all life situations turn into problems, and many situations are manageable with effective coping strategies, support systems, and problem-solving skills. However, recognizing when a life situation is evolving into a problem is crucial for taking proactive steps to address and mitigate the challenges involved. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can be valuable in navigating difficult life situations. Why do some people focus more on problems than on life situations? Several factors can contribute to why some people may be more inclined to focus on problems rather than recognizing issues as life situations. These include cognitive bias. Certain cognitive biases, such as a negative bias, can lead some people to pay more attention to negative aspects or problems in their lives. This bias may influence the way people perceive and interpret events, causing them to emphasize challenges over positive or neutral aspects. The stress response. When faced with stress or adversity, some people may naturally focus on problems associated with a life situation. The body's stress response can heighten awareness of potential threats, making it more challenging to see the broader context of a situation. A lack of coping skills. Some individuals may have limited coping skills or problem-solving abilities, making it more difficult for them to navigate life situations effectively. Focusing on problems may be a default response when they feel overwhelmed or unsure about how to address challenges. Another reason could be external pressures. Societal expectations, cultural influences, or external pressures can contribute to focus on problems. The fear of judgment or societal norms may drive some people to emphasize difficulties rather than embracing a more balanced perspective. Learned behavior. Some people may have learned through their upbringing or experiences to focus on problems as a way of coping or seeking attention. This learned behavior can become a habitual response to life situations. Past trauma could also be a reason why some people focus on problems. Individuals who have experienced trauma or significant adversity in the past may be more prone to focus on potential problems. Past experiences can shape your mindset and create a heightened sensitivity to potential threats or challenges. Coping mechanism. Focusing on problems can sometimes serve as a coping mechanism. It may provide a sense of control or certainty in uncertain situations, even if it comes at the expense of recognizing the broader context of a life situation. Cultural and social influences. Cultural or social norms that emphasize problem solving or resilience in the face of challenges may contribute to a person's tendency to focus on problems. In some cultures, acknowledging difficulties is seen as a sign of strength. Developing self-awareness, practicing mindfulness, and building effective coping skills can help individuals adopt a more balanced and constructive approach to addressing both problems and positive aspects within their lives. There are benefits to understanding the difference between life situations and life problems. Distinguishing life situations from life problems can have several benefits in terms of mental well-being, decision-making, and overall quality of life. Some of those benefits include having an enhanced perspective. Recognizing life situations allows for a broader and more balanced perspective. It helps you see the positive, neutral, and negative aspects of a situation rather than solely focusing on challenges. Reduced stress and anxiety. Understanding that not every life situation is a problem can contribute to reduced stress and anxiety. It allows you to approach challenges with a calmer mindset and a more measured response. Improved problem solving. Distinguishing between life situations and problems enables you to approach challenges with a problem-solving mindset. It encourages the identification of solutions and proactive steps to address difficulties. Better emotional regulation. By recognizing that not every situation is a problem, you can better regulate your emotions. You may even experience less emotional distress and be more resilient in the face of adversity. It also helps increase adaptability. A clear distinction between life situations and problems fosters adaptability. Many people can better adapt to changes and uncertainties, understanding that not every change or challenge poses a significant threat. Positive mindset. Emphasizing life situations promotes a positive mindset. It allows you to appreciate positive aspects of your life, fostering gratitude and a sense of well-being. It also enhances decision-making. Clear differentiation between situations and problems contributes to better decision-making. It allows you to make informed choices based on a comprehensive understanding of the context. Improved relationships. Recognizing that life situations are multifaceted and not solely focused on problems can lead to improved relationships. It enables some people to approach interpersonal dynamics with empathy and understanding. This also increases resilience. Resilience is strengthened when you can navigate life situations effectively. You learn to bounce back from challenges, view setbacks as opportunities for growth, and maintain a positive outlook. These things then contribute to an enhanced well-being. Overall, distinguishing life situations from life problems contributes to enhanced well-being. It fosters a more positive and proactive approach to life, allowing you to experience a higher quality of life. It's important to note that life situations and problems are inherently subjective, and you may interpret them differently based on your unique perspectives and experiences. Developing the ability to make this distinction can be a valuable skill in cultivating a resilient and positive approach to life's challenges. On the other hand, focusing excessively on life problems can have several downsides, affecting various aspects of your well-being and overall quality of life, like increased stress and anxiety. Constantly focusing on problems can lead to heightened stress and anxiety levels. The persistent anticipation of difficulties and challenges can create a perpetual state of tension. Another downside is the negative impact on your mental health. Continuous emphasis on problems may contribute to negative mental health outcomes, including depression, mood disorders, and a generally pessimistic outlook on life. You may have experienced this personally by being around people who, every time you talk to them, they're discussing a problem in their life. This can not only be tiring for you, but may cause you to start looking at your life from a pessimistic perspective. And this leads to the next downside: strained relationships. Always focusing on problems can strain relationships with others. Constantly expressing concerns or viewing situations negatively may impact the way a person interacts with friends, family, and colleagues. Another downside is impaired decision-making. A preoccupation with problems can impair decision-making. People may make choices based on fear or a defensive mindset rather than considering a broader perspective and potential solutions. Reduced resilience. Overemphasis on problems may undermine resilience. Some people may struggle to bounce back from setbacks, viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles rather than opportunities for growth. One notable downside of always focusing on problems is a limited enjoyment of positive moments. Those who consistently focus on problems may find it challenging to fully enjoy positive moments. The habit of dwelling on difficulties can overshadow positive experiences and achievements. There are also physical health consequences. Chronic stress associated with constant problem-focused thinking can have physical health consequences, including cardiovascular issues, compromised immune system, and other stress-related ailments. Neglect of positive aspects. Always focusing on problems may result in neglecting positive aspects of life. You may fail to appreciate achievements, relationships, and enjoyable moments due to an overriding emphasis on challenges. Paradoxically, constant focus on problems may hinder effective problem solving. You may become overwhelmed by difficulties, making it challenging to think clearly and identify practical solutions. This is what impairs problem-solving skills. Negative self-perception, another downside of focusing too much on problems. Continuous problem-focused thinking can contribute to a negative self-perception. You may internalize challenges, seeing yourself as incapable or unworthy of overcoming difficulties, which could lead to decreased motivation. The perception that everything is a problem can definitely lead to a decrease in motivation. You may feel demotivated and overwhelmed, finding it difficult to set and achieve goals. It's essential to cultivate a balanced perspective that acknowledges both challenges and positive aspects of life. Overcoming a tendency to focus excessively on life problems requires a shift in mindset and the adoption of healthier coping mechanisms. The following are 5 ways to overcome the habit of constantly focusing on problems. 1. Practice mindfulness and present moment awareness. Engage in mindfulness practices to bring your attention to the present moment. Mindfulness helps you observe thoughts without judgment and allows you to focus on what's happening right now, rather than dwelling on potential problems in the future. 2. Cultivate a positive mindset. Actively work on cultivating a positive mindset by consciously choosing to focus on positive aspects of your life. Practice gratitude by regularly acknowledging and appreciating the things that you're grateful for. This can help shift your perspective away from constant problem-focused thinking. 3. Develop effective problem-solving skills. Instead of dwelling on problems, work on developing effective problem-solving skills. Break down challenges into smaller, manageable steps and identify practical solutions. Taking proactive steps to address issues can empower you and reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. 4. Set realistic goals. Establish realistic and achievable goals for yourself. Setting and achieving small goals can create a sense of accomplishment and contribute to a more positive outlook. Break down larger challenges into smaller, more manageable tasks to make progress more attainable. 5. Seek social support. Share your concerns and challenges with friends, family, or a trusted support network. Sometimes, discussing problems with others can provide different perspectives, emotional support, and practical advice. Social connections can play a crucial role in shifting focus away from constant worry. 6. Engage in relaxation techniques. Incorporate relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, yoga, or getting outside into your daily routine. These practices can help reduce stress and anxiety, allowing you to approach situations with a calmer and more centered mindset. Remember that overcoming a habit of focusing on problems is a gradual process, and it may require consistent effort and self-reflection. By actively working on changing your mindset and adopting positive habits, you can foster a more balanced and resilient approach to life's challenges. I've talked about the benefits of understanding the difference between life situations and life problems, and I've also highlighted the detriments of constantly focusing on problems. It is possible to reframe life problems as life situations, and this involves changing your perspective and cognitive approach to view challenges in a more positive or manageable light. Some strategies that may be helpful for you to reframe problems include changing your language. Use language that reflects a more neutral or positive perspective. Instead of labeling something as a problem, refer to it as a situation or a challenge. This subtle shift in language can influence how you perceive and approach the issue. Focusing on solutions. Instead of dwelling on the difficulties, shift your focus to finding solutions. Identify actionable steps that you can take to address the situation and move toward a resolution. This approach empowers you to be proactive in managing challenges. Practicing perspective taking. Consider alternative perspectives and viewpoints related to the situation. Try to view the challenge from the standpoint of a neutral observer or imagine how someone else might perceive it. This can broaden your understanding and reduce a solely negative focus. Identifying learning opportunities. View challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Ask yourself, what lessons can be gained from the situation and how it can contribute to personal development. Embracing a mindset of continuous learning can reframe problems into valuable experiences. Acknowledging progress. Celebrate small victories and acknowledge progress, no matter how incremental. Recognize the steps you've taken to address the situation and appreciate the effort you've put in. Focusing on progress can shift your attention away from a problem-oriented mindset. Practice gratitude. Cultivate a sense of gratitude by acknowledging positive aspects in your life. Regularly reflect on the things you're grateful for, which can help balance your perspective and reduce the intensity of negative emotions associated with problems. And use visualization techniques. Imagine a positive outcome or envision yourself successfully navigating the situation. Visualization can help create a more optimistic mindset and increase confidence in your ability to handle challenges. Emphasizing control over perception. Recognize that while you may not have control over every aspect of a situation, you do have control over how you perceive and respond to it. Shifting the focus from external factors to internal control can empower you to manage challenges more effectively. And finally, embracing flexibility. Understand that life is dynamic and situations can change. Embrace a mindset of flexibility and adaptability. Being open to different outcomes and approaches can reduce the sense of rigidity associated with problems. One of my favorite books is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, who poignantly identifies the difference between life situations and problems. In his book, he explains that all problems are illusions of the mind. They are mind-made and need time to survive. They cannot survive in the actuality of the present moment. He further states that problems and situations are different. Situations need to be either dealt with or accepted. Problems give you an identity. In other words, you are dwelling on the situation mentally without any intention or possibility of taking action now. Further, you make them unconsciously part of your sense of self. When you create a problem, you create pain. Reframing problems as life situations involves intentional cognitive and mental shifts. It may take time and practice, but incorporating these strategies into your mindset can contribute to a more positive and constructive approach to challenges. As is the usual case for these personal thought-sharing episodes, where I close with either a clean joke or quotes, I provide these inspirational quotes about problems for your consideration. Everyone has problems, but don't lose your happiness just because you focus too much on your problems. That's an anonymous quote. Talking about our problems is our greatest addiction. Break the habit. Talk about your joys. Rita Schiano. Most of the problems in life are because of two reasons. We act without thinking, or we keep thinking without acting. Zig Ziglar. And the last quote is by Eckhart Tolle. Narrow your life down to this moment. Your life situation may be full of problems. Most life situations are. But find out if you have a problem at this very moment. Do you have a problem now? Did you enjoy this episode? If so, do me a favor and go to podinbox.com/K12 Education Untangled and leave me a text message or a voice message about how you're enjoying my show. That's podinbox.com/K12 Education Untangled. You can also support me by leaving me a review on Apple or Podchaser. This will really help my rankings and entice other people to listen to the show. And be sure to share this episode with anyone that you think would find it valuable. Be sure to tell your friends, family, and community about my podcast. Thanks for listening today. I hope you'll come back for more K-12 educational discussions with even more exciting topics to untangle. Be sure to stay tuned. On the next episode, I'll be discussing the growth of homeschooling options. Until next time, aim to learn something new every day.